Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I just wanted to, quickly talk to you guys a little bit about the things that I wish I had known at the very early stage of the introduction of the Serenitea Pot, and at the same time some tips and also a couple of mistakes that I think a lot of players should avoid in order to maximize the housing system in Genshin Impact. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first tip that I want to give to you guys would actually be about Adaptable Energy and also your coins, right? So these are the two important or a couple of important things that you really need to know how to maximize in order to sort of continuously progress in your housing system. And what am I actually talking about? So here, if we are going to click into the trust rank, so currently, as you guys can see, I'm currently on trust rank 6, halfway through to reach, trust rank 7. So if you guys can see, there's like a small golden pot here, or pot here, that says 56 over 1600. So this is actually my coins, right? And if you guys can see here, my adaptable energy is around 6530. Which gives me 28 coins per hour. So even if you're offline, it's going to be able to give you 28 coins per hour. And how do you actually increase these two? There are a couple of things. So the first one is you need to be able to craft different furnitures, different from each other. What do I mean by that? So if we are going to go to my furnishing. So if you guys can see here, I have bought a lot of different items, different from each other, and I have basically, learned the blueprint itself, and at the same time, crafted these materials. So right now, I'm actually crafting this wall, which is gonna give me 90, adaptable energy. That once I have completed crafting this material, it's gonna give me 90 additional adaptable energy, which is gonna boost or kind of like add up to the adaptable energy that I currently have, which is gonna bring me from rank 6 to rank 7. So that is how you're gonna boost your adaptable energy. And in terms of the coins, you want to be able to craft different craft and also put different furnishing within your Serenitea Pot, whether it's inside a mansion or outside a mansion. Let me just quickly show you the inside of my mansion so that you guys can see like how many furnitures do I actually have. So if you guys can see here, this is the inside of my mansion, which is the ground floor. Let's just have a quick tour. So if you guys can see here, there's a lot of different furnishing or furnitures that I have. And at the same time, if we go in here, there's also quite a lot. And if you guys can notice, these are mostly purple items, right? Even the paintings there on the wall, that's a purple item, the couch, purple item, the bookshelves, and everything. And at the same time, if we go here, this is my mini library, which has a lot of these bookshelves. You can actually stack them like this. Yep, so there's already like 2, 4, 6, 7. And at the same time, right here, I have an open bar and a dining area here. And then at the same time, my mini office and also my room, right? So I am crafting all these materials so that because each item is going to be able to give me different points, so that the generation of the coin will increase. Just like what we have seen earlier, I'm currently earning 28 coins per hour. So you want to be able to maximize that. And I can see a lot of players have actually built a lot of those panels like these. But I find that they might not be the best strategy actually, because once you have built a lot of those panels, you're not going to be able to really use all of them. Like for example, if you built like 30 or 40 of them, yes, you're going to be able to increase the generation of your coins, but at the same time, you're probably not going to have use for them at the latter part of the game. Don't get me wrong, I actually tried that strategy also. which I actually realized that it might not be the best idea. If you guys can see here, at the second floor of my mansion, I actually built like there's additional five of them, which I actually, oh, there's actually three more. So I find that they might not be the best strategy really, is because like I don't have any use for them anymore. Like after I have gained the coins, I am lacking of ideas anymore how to actually use them, and at the same time it's just gonna sit there either in my inventory or in some random rooms, which is not really gonna help to decorate my housing system, and at the same time kind of like beautify my my mansion, which sometimes it's gonna give you some bragging rights when your friends come into your realm and they're gonna see how you beautifully designed your Serenitea Pot and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically one of the things that I can talk to you guys about. So let's move over to my tip number 2. All right, so my tip number 2 is actually about pets, right? And also about loads. What do I mean by that is these pets, although they are very, very small and they're very cute, they are actually the ones that take up or takes up most of the load in the game when you're designing your housing system. Like for example, let me just quickly show you. For example, right now I have 21 types, over 200 of furnitures. And at the same time, currently the load is already on red, which means that I'm probably going to be able to only add one more, or probably, totally I have consumed all the load or space in this particular room. So if we are going to remove this cat, what happens is it turns back to yellow, which means that I'm probably going to be able to put more furnishing if I wanted to. Currently, I do not have any spare. Oh, I'm going to be able to put on, new furnishing and stuff like that, and it's still on yellow, by the way, even if I've added 2 small furnitures, right? So the pets really takes too much load, and at the same time, it's basically what do you call this? You see, when I put back the cat or the pet, it turns my load to red again, which is not pretty good if you really wanted to decorate or design your housing system. What I did instead is I actually put a couple of my pets upstairs at the entrance of, at the, before you go down, you go downstairs, because number one is there's not much load or furnishing at the second floor of my mansion, and at the same time, these pets consume the load upstairs instead of downstairs, and these pets actually can go down. They're gonna follow you once you go to the second floor and stuff like that, so you're still gonna be able to see them downstairs. So again, just to emphasize, pets takes up a lot of load. So I actually have a couple of friends who have asked me like, hey, how did you manage to put in this much furnishing in your mansion while I have like, I've already used up all the space? It's because they have like 4 dogs and 1 cat, at the ground floor, which is taking so many loads, that prohibits them from putting in more furnitures. So yeah, that's basically my tip number 2. Let's move over to the next tip. So the next step that I wanted to talk to you guys about is actually about crafting your furnitures, and at the same time your friends, and also the adaptable or vial of adaptable speed. What am I talking about? So if you guys can see here, whenever you're crafting certain furnitures, basically it's gonna have a certain time to it, right? So for example, this one, it's supposed to be like 14 hours, something like that. The benefits of having friends in the game is actually they're able to help you out in terms of speeding your crafting process, and at the same time, cutting what I call this, cutting 4 hours of the crafting time. So for example, this one, I think it's supposed to be like 13 hours or 14 hours, but now it's down to 8 hours. And if you guys can see at the bottom, it says speed time or speed up time remaining 0 seconds, which means that I already had one friend who came into my pot or Serenitea Pot and helped me out in terms of speeding that up. How it looks like, let me just quickly show you. So it basically looks like this, right? So when you are inside your friend's realm, when you click on Tubby, it's gonna say improve friendship to make creation quicker. When you click that, it says guest assisted, creation has been, or speed up has been completed. So that's basically how it looks like when your friends, go into your world. And it goes both ways, right? You can go into your friend's realm to help them out in speeding the crafting, and they can also go into your world. And another thing that I would like to talk to you guys about is that when you are in your realm, you want to change the setting a little bit. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to my world. If you go to your setting, you just have to click on your minimap, and it says here no guests currently, so which means that there are I don't have any friends who is currently in my teapot. At the bottom, when you actually click that at the bottom, you can actually click some or choose some approval thing where it says join after approval, which means that you're going to be able to approve it first before they can join. Regardless if you are outside of your teapot, it's gonna give you a notification. You can automatically reject them, which I don't really recommend. But what I highly recommend is allow direct join, which means that they're gonna be able to, as long as you're online, they're gonna be able to join your realm without you needing to approve. And at the same time, there's really no harm if they go into your world. They cannot change anything, they cannot mess up any of your furnishing. In fact, they're going to be able to help you out in terms of speeding up the process of your crafting. So I highly suggest that particular setting. And which brings me to the other thing, which is actually about the instant completion of your crafting, which is basically using this vial of adaptable speed. So every day you're able to purchase, as long as you have minimum of 50 coins, you're gonna be able to buy up to 5 of them every single day, which basically is gonna be able to let you instantly craft 5 items in an instant, which is on top of your the crafting that you have, which is for 13 hours or 8 hours, depending if your friends are helping you out. It's basically going to be able to let you do things in an instant, right? So which is, I highly recommend that you purchase it every single day, especially every morning when you open up the game. And at the same time, you have some items that are already completed. You want to be able to craft new items that you want to complete for that particular day, right? While waiting for the other items that you wanted to complete, and then you can just go something else or go offline and stuff like that. So yeah, and also another tip that I would like to give you guys would be to add a lot of friends in the game. When I first started the game, basically I only had like 3 friends that I regularly play with, and only one of them is actually sort of like an actual friend that is also playing Genshin Impact with me. But you really want to be able to have a lot of friends so that you can go into them, get some inspiration from their housing system, and at the same time help you out and help them out in terms of speeding up the process, which is very, very important, to boost the progress of your Serenitea Pot, right? So I think that's pretty much it for the tips that I have, and let's move over to some of the mistakes that I made in the game, which is number 1, buying too many pets. Especially during, I believe, Friday up to Sunday, there will be a traveling salesman that will be in everyone's realm, and you can also go into other people's or other players' realm to buy certain materials. And there are only a couple of things that is available, which is those like rocks, um, and at the same time the pets, right?
The one
So
before.
if you guys can see here, I don't really buy
And
those
count.
pets that is in the game. You guys can see these are sold out, but they're actually my friends who bought these pets, not me. And so why am I, discouraging you guys to buy so many pets? It's because pets take up, just like what I mentioned earlier, pets take up a lot of load, and at the same time they might be cute, but it's definitely gonna prohibit you from putting more items or more furnishing in your Serenity Pot, right? So I guess 2 to 3 pets would be good enough. Currently I only have like 4 pets, which is 1 bird which is located at the beach, 2 dogs at the second floor of my mansion, and 1 cat in my office. So I think those would be good enough. I guess I can buy more pets once I expand my my realm, and it's gonna open up new areas, and so I can buy new pets for me to put them in there. And another thing that I would like to, or another mistake that I think a lot of players have made, including myself, at the very early stage, would actually be
We have
focusing on random furnishing. Like when you earn coins, right? Let me just collect my coins real quick.
we have put
When you earn coins, right? The first tendency that we have is to
we have
actually spend it, but we are not really spending it correctly. So if you guys can see, there are a lot of things that I can buy for 80 coins, and I have like 206. So I can probably buy a lot of these, right? But what I actually recommend that you buy would be not these green items, probably blue items, or if you have extra coins, you want to focus on purple items, like these things. So if you guys can see here, pretty much most of the purple items I have already bought, except for this one. Um, if you guys can see here at the bottom, oh, there are still quite a lot, but these are like leeway style, houses, so, or design. So I don't really want to prioritize them. I prioritize the ones that I think are actually relevant to my housing system, which is these kind of gates, which looks like in Mondstadt, because my mansion is actually a Mondstadt themed mansion. So yeah, I prioritize all of these, and also at the same time I don't recommend you save your coins to buy this thing, because I seriously believe that all these, the transient resin, including all these heroes wits and gold and stuff like that, these are on the late game side, which means that once you have already built your Serenity Pot, you have a lot of items already, and you're quite satisfied with the furnishing. That's the only time that you can actually spend those extra coins in buying all these, because 1200 is definitely a lot. You can probably buy a lot of these blueprints, which not only gonna beautify your housing system, but at the same time it's gonna give you a lot of adaptable energy and generate more coins for you to progress in your Serenity Pot. So there's still a lot of things that I can buy, and especially when I buy these things, they are blueprints. The first time that I craft them, I'm gonna be able to get more points, which is gonna help me to go from rank 6 to rank 7. And by the way, when I hit rank 7, I'm probably gonna be able to get new blueprints. Like for example, this one. This one is definitely a new painting. It's a purple item. This one as well. And just look at this. When I completed all these things, right, it's gonna give me this. I think it's a wall decoration, which is pretty nice. So I highly encourage you guys to really look into your crafting and don't build like random items, because at the same time, there's really no rush in terms of you getting ahead of other players. It's just a new thing that we are experiencing right now. That's why a lot of players are like having those like Bitcoin, Bitcoin mining factory and stuff like that. But for me, enjoy the game, and at the same time, strategize how you're gonna be able to really maximize your crafting, and at the same time, enjoy the experience and get some, new ideas from your friends, from the community and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess those are pretty much, the tips that I have. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments below. And at the same time, if you want to see, the designs that I've made for my housing system, feel free to check out my other videos and get some inspiration. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.